My first published poem was in 1998 in a journal called Discovery, which was for Braille children of visually impaired children who read in Braille. So the whole thing's in Braille. It was strange. They had a list. I submitted to this because they were asking for poems and stories that deal with visually impaired. And I had a poem that came out of my workshop with John Hodgson, which was imagine being blind and doing something. And so I have a poem about a woman taking her child to fireworks. But the kid can't see the fireworks. And what is that like? So they're walking down the street and they're walking to where the fireworks are, and she is trying to describe it. And he can hear the sound like cannons. And she's trying to describe what this is like. And she's doing it by doing this with her fingers on his stomach to get that feeling of the lights moving outward. So I've written this poem. Oh, that poem fits into their criteria, and I sent it off, and they sent me back the journal, and the only printed matter is on the cover. There's not even a table of contents. Everything is in Braille. So I'm thinking, all this invisible words to me. To me, invisible, not to people who can read Braille. And I go, I don't even know what my poem is in here. And a couple of years later, there was a literacy workshop at the Worcester Public Library. And there were people there who could read Braille. So I brought in my journal and said, find my poem. And so they went through, and she could read the table of contents, so she could find the poem, and she found the page, which I then marked, and she read it with two hands going down. I was so amazed. I just assumed that they would do this, like your eye scanning, and she went like this, and she read me the poem. And I go, wow, it's really there. It's really in these bumps. So that was amazing. I felt like that was really neat. So then I sent off and sent off and sent off, and got rejected and rejected and rejected, and then I started getting poems accepted, and one by one, and I don't know how many poems I've had accepted now in journals. I just sort of stopped counting. But there's a bunch out there in journals that no one reads.